We got a great matchup in store and a terrific setting for it here on the campus of the University of Alabama. Before we head down to the field for the coin toss, we'd like to remind you this game is brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Both teams have sent their special teams onto the field, and we're ready for the opening kickoff. Excellent kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. The quarterback leads the team out on the field for the first drive. Nice run, and he's brought down. Second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Got some open field. Tackle right around midfield. They go with the option and pick up the first down.
Yeah, and that was a situation where the quarterback knew he could pick up the first down if he kept it himself. That's a good decision.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 50. On the ground, left side. He's tackled around the 48-yard line.
Well, I think anytime you lose yardage, it's frustrating. As a ball carrier, it's very frustrating as a play caller. Makes you a little bit more hesitant maybe to go back to a certain play. The biggest thing you want to do as an offensive coordinator is get the offense over to the sideline after the series, make sure everybody's on the same page, and then show the confidence that you still have in them despite this play, that you're going to go right back to the running back and trust that offensive line.
Finds his man, and they take him down immediately. Third down, and they need to get it inside the 40. He makes it to the 45-yard line. Well, they try to keep it on the ground for the first down.
You know, Brad, here the defense just steps up and makes a play, stopping them and bringing up 4th down.
He'll try to knock this punt down inside the 20. This punt bounces into the end zone, and this will be a touchback. The Rebels and their ground game's always been sensational. It's not always one guy, Herbie. Sometimes they've got 2 or 3 that can carry the load.
And that's what makes it so tough for this defense is you're not focusing in on just one guy. You're focusing in on really an entire scheme. And because of that diversity, I think it makes it more of a challenge. And you got to be better tacklers in the open field. And I think that's really what they've stressed all week is tackling and gang tackling and getting to the football.
Hard to get to guys and make tackles in space. It's second down now, and they're just a few feet away from that first down marker. He's scrambling. He's to the 40. Fumble, loose ball. And he's tackled around the 42-yard line.
Close one there. Maybe the ball carrier will try a little harder to secure the ball next time.
He's got an opening. Runs it left for a decent gain.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's second down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. So the option keeper will get him a first down.
It's a very well-executed option play. The blocking was there, and the quarterback made the correct decision to keep it himself and get the first down.
Quick pass, and he's tackled right away.
How about the big fellas up front? This line will have to continue to play like that to build the consistency to help this offense be effective.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 33-yard line. Gets out to about the 31.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
And they'll bring him down behind the line.
Man, did he play that perfectly or what? As a linebacker, you have to be able to read the offense and make a quick diagnosis, which is exactly what he did on that play.
Here's the 8th play of the series. Always a noisy place to play and tough on the offense. They go with a screen here, and the halfback's got it. He's pushed out of bounds at the 20.
Gain of 11 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line.
Mike 17, Mike 17.
And down he goes at the 1. They're really putting a nice drive together right now.
And it seems right now this defense is having a hard time guessing what the offense is up to.
Here's play number 10 on the drive. Touchdown, Mississippi. The halfback just plowed his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but it wasn't all him. The offensive lineman just pancaked the defense on that one.
And he tacks on the extra point. So a 10-play, 78-yard drive, and that's good for a touchdown. The score now, 7-0. Ole Miss to kick. He sends this one deep. He's to the 20. They'll bring him down at the 24. The Rebels are right where they want to be early in this one, partner.
Well, this is what their coach talked about, getting off to a great start. The defense did their job, and it's nice to see the offense move the ball down the field and also get some points on the board.
And while they are behind, they know they can knot things up in a heartbeat. It's way too early to change your game plan. They'll bring him down around the 24-yard line.
No gain. That makes it 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 24. And they make the stop around the 36-yard line.
There's nothing more effective that a team can do offensively than to pound the ball right at the defense, trying to wear them down.
A quarterback in the gun with 5 receivers. He scrambles. Slides down to the ground. From the 50. First down. And he's taken down at the 47-yard line.
Gain of 3 on the way. That makes it 2nd and 6.
Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Hey, check back 11. Check back 11. 7 and 4.
They go with the run, and he's tackled in the backfield for a loss.
He just never had a chance to get any running room. The defense was on him almost as soon as the ball was snapped.
Third down, and they need to get it inside the 40.
Hey, check back 11. Check back 11. I got you.
Wants to throw outside. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
Big kick here to try to pin the offense deep in their own territory. Ole Miss's offense deserves all the credit in the world. You come into a crowd like this, and they didn't keep them from doing the job at hand. They got points on that opening march.
Just really impressive. Considering this is, I think, one of the toughest environments in all of college football, that's a job well done. Now they've got to continue to try to build off of that opening drive.
Ole Miss is up by a touchdown. Brought down at the 19. From their own 19-yard line, it's second down. Got some open field. He's taken down at the 31-yard line.
Call it a gain of 12 yards. First down.
He's going left. Stays in bounds to make a nice catch.
Gain 15 on the play. That makes it first and 10.
First and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line.
Mike 17, Mike 17.
He fights forward to about the 46. And they get nice yardage on that run. Third down, and they need to get it inside the 44. There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Gets it out quick, and it's going the other way.
Pass interference. Defense.
Not a good decision there. Why'd he even throw that pass?
Well, it's a good job by the corner of sitting back and reading the quarterback's eyes. Good job of disguising coverage as well.
We've got a first and 10. Ball on the 44-yard line. Got it and brought down immediately.
That'll make it second and 4.
He tackles him for a loss.
Loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll make it 35.
Third and 5. Ball on the 49-yard line. They come out in a 5-wide set. Throws this one out to the right. Makes the catch and gets out of bounds.
When they broke the huddle, I'm sure everybody knew the ball was going to go to this receiver. And he still brought it in to give this team a big lift.
Williams gets a carry left side. And he's tackled after positive yardage. They're about 4 yards away here on second down. Tackle made right around the 24-yard line. Excellent open field tackle. A tight, low-scoring game in that first 15 minutes. Let's see if things open up in the second quarter. The Rebels lead 7-0. Back to the action now here in the second quarter. He gets out to about the 18-yard line. And this is the 9th play of the current drive. The quarterback in the gun, empty backfield, 5 wide receivers in the formation. Quick throw out to the receiver. And he's leveled at the 10-yard line. From the 10-yard line, first down. Catches it, and that's all.
Did you see how he looked that ball into his hands? That's how you catch a football.
And this is the 11th play of the current drive. Touchdown Tide. Here comes the kicker to try to tie this game up. He splits the uprights with the extra point. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Nice kick, plenty of distance. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. They've been like a couple of fighters feeling each other out so far. Let's see if they start to open it up a little bit more now. Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. Tackle at the 27. Nothing going on that play.
Well, here I think the quarterback needs to be a little bit more patient in the pocket. That way he can allow his receivers to get downfield a little bit before he throws it.
Second and 8 coming up here. Ball on their own 27. Tackled after a decent pickup.
Gain of 7 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 1.
17's Mike 17.
And this crowd is going absolutely crazy. Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
Gain of 6 on the play. First down.
From their own 40-yard line, it's first down.
Mike 17.
Completes it, and he's hit hard immediately.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
From their own 41-yard line, it's second down.
Mike 17. Mike 17.
Number 2 on the ball carrier. Call it a gain of 8 yards. 3rd down.
So we're looking at another 3rd down here. They can't hear a thing down there. He fights forward to around midfield. He picks it up.
I tell you, when the option works, it can be beautiful to watch. But when it doesn't, it can go horribly wrong. Not a good result for the offense.
And the booth is going to take a few looks at this to see whether or not the ball came out before he was down. So a big momentum shift could be in the making here as we take a look at the possible fumble. So the call on the field will be reversed. from the 48-yard line. First down.
Check back 11, check back 11. Down.
And he's got his receiver. It's the sophomore. He's tackled right around the 34. They got him for a loss.
If this offense keeps running at this guy, they're going to have to rethink some of their play calling.
That brings up 2nd and 13.
Second and 13. Ball on the 37.
Check back 11, check back 11. Take go. 794.
He's at the 20. Gets out to around the 15. From the 15-yard line. First down. They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. And he's tackled at the 12. And the quarterback picks up about 3 on the draw.
He was playing the run all the way and was able to stop him quickly. Good job by that senior safety.
Man left, man left. 4 down, 4 down. Hey, check back 11, check back 11. Go.
He's hit and taken down. They're about 4 yards away here on 3rd down. Throws complete and he stopped immediately.
That's good to go. 4 yards. 4th down.
Got it, but he's going to lose yards here. And they'll take over on downs. This is the point in the game where you don't want to make any mistakes that give the other guys a reason to feel more confident going into halftime. Going deep, lays it out there. Oh, boy, almost intercepted.
You know, for a safety, this guy has really good hands. I'm very surprised to see him drop an interception like that. Could come back to haunt his team as well.
Quick pass. And down he goes at the 16-yard line.
Riggs makes the tackle at the 16-yard line. That'll make it 30.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 1. The crowd really making it difficult. Nice run there. They keep it on the ground and get the first down.
Give credit to the big boys up front. They did an excellent job of allowing the back to get nice yardage there.
And he makes it out to about the 24-yard line.
That brings us 2nd and 9.
2nd down and 9 to go. Ball on the 24-yard line. Looks quick to his tight end, and he can't hang on.
Number 86 was the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 9.
Really one of the very tough places to play in college football, and it's no different today. Strike to his receiver, no good. Franklin was the intended target. That'll make it 4th down, and they're going to have to punt.
Great hold by the defense. They were expecting the pass play, and they defended it very well.
It looks like they're going to go after this punt. He gets it away, and this is a really nice punt. He's to the 40. Not a bad return. You always want to go in the locker room with momentum, so as we get closer to halftime, I think we'll see more and more attempts to create big plays. In the shotgun and 5 wideouts. Scrambling around. Runs with it, and he's got room. Good tackle there in space.
Good coverage by the defense, but they have to be aware of this quarterback's tendency to scramble around and pick up some yards.
From their own 46-yard line. Second down. Complete, brought down, nothing doing.
That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
So it's 3rd down, and they've got about 2 yards to go.
Check back 11, check back 11. Watch 9, watch 9. Double.
Tries to get out of trouble, but he can't shake the defense.
That is a loss of 7 on the play. 4th down.
Prince is back awaiting the punt. Brought down at the 24-yard line. Well, it's always fun to be part of a defensive battle, and that's certainly what we have right now.
Yeah, give credit to both of these defenses. I mean, they're playing with a lot of energy, and I think they're doing a nice job up front at the line of scrimmage. At this point, they're not giving either of these offenses a chance to make a play.
This is the point in the game where you don't want to make any mistakes that give the other guys a reason to feel more confident going into halftime. Slings it. He's got an opening. They'll bring him down right around the 30. That screen gets around 6. From their own 30-yard line. Second down.
Mike 17.
Got a man, watch out here. And he's taken down at about the 35.
Arnold makes the tackle at the 35-yard line. 1st down.
Mike 17, Mike 17. Let's go.
Now he tries to buy some time. Decides to slide. 3 yards there on the quarterback keeper. From their own 38-yard line. Second down.
Mike 17.
Quick throw to the tight end. And they make the stop right around the 42-yard line.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
Listen to this place. Goes over the middle, intercepted. Brought down at the 44. And that's the 2nd interception of the game by this defense.
These guys are all over the field. It seems like wherever the quarterback throws the ball, there's a defender sitting right there.
From the 44-yard line, it's 1st down. He's scrambling. Ball is loose. Fumble. Scoops up the loose ball. That's a pretty big mistake, and this offense will lose possession of the football.
Sloppy job by the ball carrier. First and foremost, you should always be concerned about the ball.
They're going to review this fumble, and I've got to tell you, I think he was down before the ball popped loose.
I don't know about this one, Brad. They called it a fumble on the field, and they need indisputable video evidence to overturn this call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Well, after seeing the replay, it was apparent that his knee was down before he lost the ball.
Yep, those guys in the booth aren't perfect, but they got it right this time.
Second and long. Ball on the 50. He's on the run. He's taken down around the 39-yard line. Well, they didn't get the first down, but it was still a pretty good run by the quarterback.
He made a good decision to take off there. That could have been a huge shift in momentum if they were able to hold on to that one. Wow, that was close.
And it's the offense that takes the field on fourth down.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Squeeze, squeeze, double, double.
And a quick throw. Tackle made around the 31-yard line.
Well, you know this defense is going to come after you. There's no doubt about that. And as an offense, you have to be prepared for that. In that play, they made them pay for blitzing.
Got a man in and out of his hands. From the 31-yard line, it's second down. Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. Quick throw out to the receiver, incomplete. So the officials taking a look at this play to see if the receiver got a foot in bounds.
Regardless of the outcome of this review, I still think that this guy made an excellent catch.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Well, they get it right after the review. They call it a catch, and play will continue.
Larry. Hey, check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Don't say nothing.
Gets out to around the 6. Now he's scrambling. Keeps it, and he's got a touchdown. And he hits the PAT. A 6-play, 32-yard drive, and they add 7 points to the scoreboard. I have a feeling this ball is going nowhere near the return man with this kickoff, most likely to end the half. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Momentum swings have been fairly even, and with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. He fights forward to about the 26. A great first half comes to a close. Alabama's lead is a touchdown.
We played 30 minutes. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. David Pollack and I here in the studio to break down everything that just happened in your game. The passing numbers put up in the first half are hardly gaudy, less than 6 yards per pass for these two teams. So you look at it and you want your quarterback to take care of the ball. Turnovers are killers. I get that. A little too conservative in the first half. The quarterback, you want him to be a little bit more aggressive out there?
Well, if you're not, then it's going to make it extremely easy on the defense. And I say that because if you don't push the ball down the field, I don't have to respect the whole field. There's a reason the field's 52-plus yards wide and 100 yards long. I mean, if you make me honor that and you throw it down the field 30 or 40 yards and you make me run all the way down there and cover that area as well, it makes it a lot harder on a defense. Right now, the passes are so short, you're only making me cover 30, 40 yards. It makes it easy on a defense. The pass rush, you get your hands up and try to deflect balls. You know the ball's coming out early. It makes everything extremely simple on a defense when you make passes just dink and dunk, dink and dunk.
Looking forward to seeing this second half. I think there's certainly a want for victory.
A want and a need for victory. Some teams need this victory, Reese Davis.
want, need, got to go get it either way. Brad and Kirk are there to deliver.
All right, Reese and David, welcome back, everybody. Just about set to start the second half. And he got all of this one. Great kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Alabama's the type of team, when you look at them, it looks like their defense sort of just feeds off itself.
I think the energy is there, Brad, but I think it really starts up front with their defensive line and their linebackers, the way they're being able to just win the battle at the line of scrimmage. I think it's giving them confidence, and it's allowing them to play more downhill where they can attack this offense.
He laterals. Gets to about the 27-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
From their own 27-yard line. It's second down. Tackle at about the 25-yard line.
Never really had a shot. They were on him almost as soon as he took the handoff.
You expect this every time you're here, and you're never disappointed. This crowd is amazing. Quick throw out to the receiver. He's tackled at the 39-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 39. Makes it to the 47.
That's a gain of 8 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Quick pass, man open, and he dropped it. It's third down, and they're about 2 yards shy of the sticks. Always a noisy place to play and tough on the offense. And they get nice yardage on that run.
Gain of 6 on the play. First down.
Little handoff. Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's second down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first.
Mike 17, Mike 17.
And he hits him hard at the 32.
That's good for a gain of 10 yards.
This is the 9th play of this drive. Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That brings him 2nd and 5.
It's second down, 5 to go. Ball on the 27-yard line. Nice run, and he's brought down.
That's a gain of 5 on the
This is the 11th play of this drive.
makes it 1st and 10.
Mike 17, Mike 17.
And they'll bring him down behind the line. Loss of 2 on the run by the halfback. It's 2nd and 13. Ball on the 24. He scrambles. Quarterback's going to run it, and he's got room to work. Slides down to the ground. I think the defense jumped the gun a little bit on that play. And he helped the offense with that penalty.
And you have to be careful here because the offense will get a free play, which could become even more costly than the 5-yard penalty.
From the 19-yard line, second down. Inside the 10, and he's tackled at the 9-yard line. Play 13 of the current drive. some open field. Touchdown, Mississippi. That gives him another touchdown to go along with the one he scored earlier.
The defense has to come out and make a stop on the next drive so this offense can get to work again. They aren't out of this game yet.
The extra point to tie this game up. He makes the PAT. Costa has his kick team lined up, and he is set to kick this one off. From his own goal line, he's to the 20, and he makes it out to about the 24-yard line. Time's getting a little bit tighter now. You got to make every possession count. Here's a quick throw. Finds the junior. The 10. He scores. What a play. And he adds the extra point. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. He really got a hold of that kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
Kirk, if this keeps going like it has been, we are going to have one exciting fourth quarter.
I just hope we continue to see this kind of execution. It's a lot of fun to be able to watch these offenses make plays, and it kind of has that feel. Whoever does have the ball last and a chance to make a play could win this game.
And we see this offense again after what you, Kirk, called a very physical touchdown drive.
Well, I say that, Brad, because the big hog mollies up front were able to create holes for the running game, and it helped them get the score. Let's see if they can do it again. That's a nice job by the quarterback to pitch the ball, and it got him a first down.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 36.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
He's going to try and scramble. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. And down he goes at the 48-yard line.
I'm telling you, quarterbacks who can run the ball are so hard to stop. You have to scheme around them, which takes the best coverages out of your defensive playbook.
From the 48-yard line, first down. Scrambling around. They'll bring him down at the 41.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Runs it and tackled in the backfield. And the tailback's going nowhere on that counter. They need about 3 yards to get the first down here on 3rd down. Here's an opening.
They've obviously found a formula for moving the ball against this defense. Let's see if any adjustments are made before their backs are really against the wall.
He has some room. Again with the run. And the halfback carries for a pickup of 3. And this play is number 8 on the drive. he tries to buy some time. And they got it.
Absolutely perfect call by the defensive coordinator. He brought just the right amount of pressure from the right direction, and it seemed to confuse the offense.
They'll line it up again on 3rd down.
Mike 17, Mike 17.
Quick throw. It's knocked loose. Incomplete.
That is textbook pass defense. As soon as the ball hit the receiver's hands, he was all over him.
He gets it up, and it's good.
Great snap and a perfect hold, and he just had an awesome follow-through. Everything went right there on that long field goal.
21-17, Alabama. Looks like they're ready for the kick. From the 5-yard line. At the 30. Tackle made at the 40-yard line.
The quarterback did a really good job in the last drive of finding his receivers in space, and I bet he'll be looking to do the same thing again.
Alabama is up by 4. He's scrambling. Now he's going to run and watch out, and he's taken down at about the 45.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 coming up here. Ball on the 45-yard line. Nice catch, 1st down. He's knocked out. First and 10. Ball on the 38. Brought down at about the 35.
That's good for a gain of 3 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
And he makes it out to about the 34-yard line.
Call it a gain of 1 yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
3rd down, and they need to get it to the 28. Broke away from 1. They can't connect. Incomplete.
The pass falls incomplete. Williams, the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 4th and 6.
Kicks away, and he nails the long field goal. They line up to kick this one away. He just drills this one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Ole Miss is clicking on offense right now, Kirk. A whole different story from the first half.
Yeah, I think they've made a few tweaks to their game plan, and I think it's helped them out. The quarterback seems to be making better decisions. Right now, they can't be stopped.
This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense. Nice run up the middle.
It makes it 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd and 6. Ball on the 29. And he carries the ball for a nice gain. Nice run there by the tailback, and it's good for the first.
And that shows you why he's such a weapon as a ball carrier. Good gain for the offense.
And they got him for a loss. Second down and 12. Ball on the 34-yard line. Nice run there. 7 yards there on that bit of misdirection.
That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
The intimidation factor is definitely here when you're playing in this stadium. Completes it, and he's hit hard immediately. The punting team's got to give their kicker some time. Fielded at the 19. He steps out right around the 28-yard line. What a great game for this quarterback, showing off a wide-ranging skill set.
I think overall we're getting a good feel of why he's one of the top quarterbacks in the country. He's throwing the ball from the pocket. At times he's taking off and scrambling and throwing on the run. And of course he has the athletic ability to be able to make big plays with his feet. I think it's just a combination of his skills. He's got the strong arm, great athletic ability, and also the awareness of when to take off with it. It's just kept this defense on their heels the entire game.
It's a new possession for this offense, so what will it hold? Alabama up 7 points. Now he's scrambling. He's taken down at the 35. So at the end of 3, Alabama leads it 24-17. Welcome back to the action here as we resume play here in quarter number 4. They'll spread the field with 5 wide.
I love the toughness here by this quarterback of sitting in until the last second, trying to make a play downfield, only to have this defense get to him. Got to do a better job maybe feeling things out a little bit, but at least he has the awareness and a toughness to sit in that pocket.
He gets out to about the 38-yard line.
4th down.
Prince back deep to return. Prince takes it at the 23, brought down at the 30. So he managed to get a few yards on the run back.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, Brad, with so much traffic in the middle there, it really makes it tough to break free.
Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game. Tackle made at the 29. Second down and 11. Ball on their own 29. Caught out in the open. Tackle at the 44-yard line.
1st down.
From the 44-yard line. 1st down. He's tackled at the 42. Throws complete, and he stopped immediately.
That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
It's 3rd down, and they're about 2 yards shy of the sticks. Becoming the 12th man, the crowd is always into it here. And they make the stop at the 35-yard line. Tackled outside after a nice pickup.
That's good for a gain of 4 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 31. He's on the run. And they get the sack.
You have to keep an eye on this guy, especially during passing situations, because he does a great job of getting to the quarterback, as we saw right there.
They find themselves in a hole here after that sack. It's 2nd and long. Throws complete, and he's hit right away.
Number 1 makes the tackle at the 32-yard line.
It's the 9th play of the drive. One of the top stadiums in the nation. This crowd comes to play themselves. Got hit and still completed it. And they get him in the backfield for a loss. They lose 3 yards there.
Not much going on there. Those kind of plays will not work against this defense. You can be sure of that.
It's 4th down. They'll line it up for a very long field goal attempt. The kick is up, and he just drilled it from long range. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. And he got all of this one. Great kick. And he just got stood up right there. You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way. Alabama holds a 4-point lead. He's under pressure. Throws incomplete, knocked away. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 22. And they get nice yardage on that run. Oh, and a huge drop by the wideout here in the 4th quarter.
Nothing clicking there. Let's see if they can make a few adjustments before their next series.
They've got 10 guys up. They're coming after the kick. Makes it out to maybe the 40-yard line. Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game. Nice run, and he's brought down. 2nd down and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 44. Grabs a pitch, looking for the corner. And he's tackled at the 38-yard line.
Gain of 18 on the play. 1st down.
First and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line. Big opening. Gains his way to the 30-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
Mike 17, Mike 17. That's 2, that's 2.
He flings it. Almost picked off.
It can be tough making a play on the ball sometimes, but that's probably a pick he should have made.
So it's third down, and they've got about 2 yards to go. Really a tough spot for an offense to be in against this crowd in this stadium. And he's going to be sacked. Just an excellent individual effort to make the play there.
I tell you, for being so young, he looks pretty good out there at linebacker.
Quick strike to the receiver. They'll bring him down at the 23.
Alexander with the tackle at the 23-yard line.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 23. Here's the throw, and I don't think he got anything on that. And this is the 8th play of the drive. Straight ahead on the give, and there's nowhere to run. Nowhere to go for the halfback. That's a loss of 1. Third and long here in the 4th, and this is the biggest third down of the ball game. Always a noisy place to play and tough on the offense. Lets it fly. Just under 3 to go in regulation. Kicks up, and it sails through the uprights. Costa is lined up to kick this one off. Nice kick, plenty of distance. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way. He has some room. Runs it right. Nice pickup. They're about 4 yards away here on second down. Brooks, left side, and down he goes at the 31.
From a defensive coordinator standpoint, it can really help out your scheme when you get excellent run support by the corner.
They'll spread the field here. Let's see what the defense does with a 5-wide outlook. Throws it out, and oh, he's hit hard for a loss. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Just a great job by the defense. These guys are disguising their defense so well that they're confusing the quarterback and the offensive line.
He's taken down at the 36-yard line. The Rebels coaching staff and the entire team knows that this is the guy that can win it for them.
The offense has to find a way to get the football into the hands of this running back, whether it's a simple toss sweep or maybe a ball out of the backfield where he can catch it in space. Any way that they can get the football to him to see if he can spring one to maybe get in the field goal range, or who knows, maybe take it to the house.
Fires right side. He's got his tailback. He tackles him for a loss. Less than 2 minutes in the 4th quarter. Spikes the ball. It's 3rd down and long, and losing by a possession, I would expect them to have to go to the air. Really one of the very tough places to play in college football, and it's no different today. Throws it out, and it falls incomplete. He looked like he just sort of aimed that one.
Yeah, he didn't look very natural throwing the football there, and the result was an underthrow.
fires quickly. He's got the tailback on another catch. And he's taken down right around the 36-yard line. Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game. Tackled after a decent run up the gut. Ole Miss will take their final timeout from the 31-yard line. Second down. Brought down around the 28-yard line. See the elation on the defensive coordinator's side of things, and why not? His defense just came up with one of the biggest stops of the game in a vital spot in this fourth quarter. So it's fourth down. So the kicker comes out. He'll try to put 3 points on the board. Under a minute left in the game. It's up, and he splits the uprights. Well, folks, do you think we can see another Cal Stanford? They need to return this all the way to win it. Gets to about the 17-yard line. This one's in the books, and our final score, 27-23, Crimson Tide. As we take a look at the highlights, Kirk, how would you summarize the action in this one?
You wouldn't figure either team would pull away, and it'd go right down to the very end. This was a really exciting matchup. Alabama made the plays they had to win this game. And that's what it often comes down to with two evenly matched teams. Whoever comes through in the clutch gets the W.
That's going to do it for this presentation of NCAA Football 14. For Kirk Herbstreit, this is Brad Nessler saying goodbye.